Okay, this is the tutorial for the false Faro shuffle. I ended up figuring this out one night while screwing around with the regular one. What it is basically bridging the cards after interlocking them with the Faro shuffle, bridging them so steeply that they separate into two packets that are like this, and then just pushing them together with a squaring up action. So a quick overview of what that looks like is this. Separate the packets, interlace them, that's bad. Don't want big packets in there. Interlace them, bend them, and then bridge. And square it all up. And that leaves it with the same order as before. So how you do that is you start off by pulling out the bottom packet, and it should be a tiny bit bigger than the top one. That's a little too much. Right about there is good. So interlace that with the Faro shuffle. And if you don't know how to do that, just YouTube search. I might even upload a tutorial. So grip it with index finger right there, these two fingers right here, and then thumb right there. Hold it right like that. So you're going to grab with these two fingers, thumb and the two middle fingers, and push down until you have this arch. Once that's there, you're going to release with these two, and you're going to pull back a little bit with your right hand, and switch this if you're left-handed, until the cards have room to separate outwards at the ends. And then once that happens, just keep your hand right there, just so they can finish doing that in the sound and look of a bridge. So that's going to look like this. So that just separates them at the ends. Now you're left with this kind of TP formation, right like this. And to fix that, what you're going to do is you're going to lift up this packet, which is the top one, remember, and with the index finger and that little V in your thumb, so you have to be able to grab that after doing the bridge, and lift that out, and that needs to be able to just move all on its own. So this is going to come up while you push down on this packet to get it flat with your thumb and these two fingers right here. So that's just going to push that down. You're going to do that quickly and make it look like you're just squaring the pack up. So when you interlace the cards, make sure that you have the bottom card of the bottom packet, which is the back packet, on the bottom, because that helps with squaring up. One of the problems I had was when I do this, a whole bunch of cards from the top packet would just fall out of my hands this way. Ways to fix that are kind of tilt things upwards, although once you get good at it, you want to be able to have it like this to completely block spectators' view. And I'll get to viewpoints and angles later. And make sure you have all these fingers here to kind of stop cards from falling out. So when you do this, this should all be supported by these fingers. There should be nothing falling out. You should be able to just kind of hold this and move it around. So you square that up. You really need to practice the squaring up motion to make it look good and natural. So angles, the best angle to do this at is spectators right about there, almost perpendicular to the cards. Because when you do this, you don't want them seeing this side, but that you do want them to be able to see this top card and all of them sliding down in the bridge motion. Bad angles are anything past right about there and then over. So if you watch this, if I can get that to go, there we go. Anyone that can see this side is on a bad spot and you have to turn more. Anyone on that side and past that can't see that is good. Make sure that this is in view, so that way they think that that's the whole pack. So that way you can go like that and square it up. So what that looks like all together is this. Separate them a little above the middle, interlace, bend, bridge, square up. And then really fast when they're talking. So that was bad, because if you let them get too much like this, you can't really grab onto it and square them up correctly. So that's another thing to watch out for. And that is the false Faro shuffle.